day. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Now come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and third with Tennessee.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
On first down, Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. He's going deep for Brown. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Texans are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. But Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
Laramie Tunsil, Pro Bowl tackle, called for the infraction. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A 2nd down run for Burkhead. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now it's Watson. Dorsett making the catch. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Fourth down, off goes Watson. On comes Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. A time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 3rd down, Henry. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Here's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. A give to Burkhead on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Watson now to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Derrick Henry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And it's a Titans touchdown. Anthony Fertzer His third touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for two here. Tannehill going to throw for it. And the Titans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And this is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Watson. Cooks on a quick slant. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
To the air yet again, Watson. There again is Cooks, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Burkhead moves left side. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Back to throw, Watson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Touchdown, Houston! Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but, hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And he puts it through. It's a 10-8 game now. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now it's Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Tannehill on 1st down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Ross Blacklock on the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. Tannehill. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
So second and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. To throw is Tannehill. Touchdown! It's complete. Anthony Ferguson with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Titans have once again taken the lead. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when it was to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Titan football. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Henry on first down, not finding much running room as he pushes forward for a yard or two at most.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Draw play. This is Henry. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
So far, and the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. To throw is Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Burkhead. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Why are we doing this?
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Burkhead. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They run with Burkhead. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. Taken in at the 22. Going to be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 40-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guaranteeing it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's good, and it's 21-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Second and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And dial up the screen here to Burkhead. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On third down, they turn to Burkhead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring it down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This is Burkhead running to the right. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 112 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. This is Henry. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's been Ryan Tannehill who's had the hot hand in the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
He takes this for 3 to the 29. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, they run with Burkhead. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. first down at about the 38. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burkhead on the handoff, running to the left. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three, your front four, your front five, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
They'll run. This is Burkhead. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They begin with Henry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Henry. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 133 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Here's Foreman. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Caught by Jones. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Try to pick it up on the ground with Burkhead. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the third quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with the recipe of the ground game. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
A first down carry for Henry. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run. It's Henry. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense, right?
Yeah,
if you know him, right? You know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
Derrick Henry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Henry running right.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 24. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run on first down. Henry, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The Titans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. A give to Henry. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Here's Bullock now for the Titan field goal. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense taking over again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Second and 12. Looking to throw. Watson, complete to Dorsett. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
And he is going to have a Texans first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. Over the middle, Dorsett. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Operating from the gun, Watson. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now Mike Vrabel unsure of that last call. He's going to throw out the red flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Challenge does not sway the official's decision. Spot of the football going to remain right where it is. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Watson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. Lead is up to 18 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jordan. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watson got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Watson looks to throw again, and that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. It's caught outright, Amendola. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Watson on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Titans are going to recover the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Tennessee offense set to go again. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On first down, it's Henry. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run it again with Henry. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Henry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Henry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. On 3rd down, Henry. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Titans, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Houston, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.